Welcome everyone to my IDC 36 tournament run, and this is the first round where I'm up against MarioZ. At the top of his screen who is playing Light Dark Fire Nature, Forbos Control, and I'm on the bottom of your screen playing Light Water Dark Hydro Hurricane with Gigasalt. Mario is gonna win the die roll and he's going to lead things off with a Dimension Gate. Going to check his shields and probably grab a Bronze Arm Tribe. As he most likely needs the ramp to ramp himself towards Lost Soul. Given that he charged Lost Soul, it's more than likely that he has a second one in his hand. And yeah, that's what he's gonna do. And I'm gonna summon a Palolysis just to have it on the field and follow it up with a Gigabalsa, which is gonna discard an Apocalypse Vise, which is not too bad because it's a potential answer to Mysteryas. Mario is going to think here for a second. I'm not sure if he has Forbos. If he does, he can just play it and grab Lost Soul. That could be another reason why he charged Lost Soul, because he thought, hey, I can just search it with Forbos later. And yeah, that's exactly what he does, and he's either gonna grab Lost Soul from the deck. If he does it already, then probably some fire mana. Because I probably discarded his only fire source. He's going to get Miraculous Rebirth, which is fair enough. Now I am probably gonna charge the Snare, though I could keep it for Bolmitius. Although if he doesn't have fire mana for Bolmitius, it's also worth charging it. And now I have two Palolysis set up. So let's see if he's going to go for Lost Soul or Rebirth. I'm gonna charge the Rebirth for the fire mana and just play a second Forbos, which is gonna allow him to grab two spells from his deck because there's currently two Forbos in the battle zone. And that's what the deck is all about. Grabbing Soul Swap and an extra spell. Okay, so he's grabbing Apocalypse Vise and Mecha Dragon's Breath, I suppose. I'm probably just gonna charge that Laura Giga and just summon Giga Balsa. And then next turn I could potentially go for Plague to plague the two Forbos. Charging Plague is also worth considering, because if I do top deck Mysteryas, I can use the Laura Giga to draw an extra card, and yeah, that's what I do, it seems. And yeah, I just sent both of his Apocalypse Vises into his graveyard now. But now he's gonna be able to clear my two Palolysis with Mecha Dragons. Oh, and now I get to top deck a Gigazal, which is gonna allow me to discard his last card, which was a Sky Sword. Well, at least I got rid of 3 of his really good fire removal spells. And now he's gonna play Faliga to grab Dimension Gate and search for what I'm assuming is Bronzen Tribe. That's really odd. I would probably search for something. Oh, never mind. I have Gigazald on the field. Why would he search for something that's really impactful? I guess he just used that as a way to remove a break out of his hand, so he can top deck higher quality stuff, which was a fair play for him. Now he's gonna play Bazagazil, which is gonna threaten my Gigazald, but I have the Paralysis to block. And then I can even discard it with Gigazal next turn. He's even thinking about going in, which is a valid play. But I'm not sure if giving me more cards is really good for him. He's still thinking about going in here. There's the potential of him giving me Petrova from the shields, which would allow me to clear 2 of his creatures. And also some blockers. But he decides against it, which is fair. I'm gonna charge the Gigaslag just so I can be on 5 mana when I top deck something with 5 mana, as I'm very likely to do so. And yeah, this Petrova is gonna boost the Gigazald above Pasagazil's range and also Rebirth range, which is really nice. I'm not sure what he top decked here, but he is thinking for quite a bit. Okay, so it was a Forbos, which means he was thinking about which cards to take from his deck, if any, because I can discard at least 2 of them. Which just goes to showcase how Gigazald can really impact the what I mean to say is it can really hamper the ability of Forbos or Mystrias to top up your hand, because then you're just gonna lose those cards if you do decide to draw them. Yeah, I'm not sure if I will summon Paralysis. I will probably just summon Mystrias and hope he doesn't top deck removal, because I need to start drawing cards as soon as possible. And and it's unlikely he will top deck fire removal. Okay, never mind. He just literally top decked fire removal. But yeah, still, given that he had 2 Apocs and a Mecha Dragon's Engrave, I was more confident to summon it without Paralysis. And also I wanted to be more mana efficient there. I don't know what he top decked. He seems to be taking his time for every single card he top decks. Which means everything he top decks is quite a thinker for him. And he's just a pyro fighter. I would just charge it at, unless he was thinking to go and break all of the shields. But yeah, it's probably not worth it. Even if you do manage to break all my shields, you give me so many cards to get you back. And speaking of cards, there's another mystery as a Giga Slug and a Laura Giga. Still no Hydro Hurricane or Bilex. Now I need to decide if I want to go for shields. But it's still too risky. I still need another Petrova to boost the Guardians as well. Mario is gonna top deck a Morbid Medicine, which is gonna let him get back Sky Sword and Bazagazil. And he is gonna play the Sky Sword, which is gonna allow me to draw 2 more cards, and still no Hydro Hurricane. Looks like I have 8 mana, so I'm not sure if I would charge the Spiral. I would more likely charge the Terror Pit because it's more expensive. Spiral Gate is pretty much a Terror Pit with Gigazal on the field. I decided to summon Gigaslug instead, just to be on 6 mana if I do top deck Hydro Hurricane. Okay, I can see my plan of attack. I'm gonna summon Gigabalza and discard him. Discard his Bazagazil. And then I can summon double Gigazald next turn to go for game. And I'm just gonna do some cheap damage on the shields, which was a Faliga. So next turn I intend to evolve those 2 Gigaslugs and attack him with 3 Gigazals and a Petrova. Of course I'm gonna go in with the Winnies as well. If I remember correctly, he top decked a soul swap here. This is gonna take an extra long amount of time to think. If it is soul swap, he could use it to clear two of my Mystrias, I suppose. Because he could get... but no. No, if he clears two Mystrias, he also has to clear his own Guardians, because he has to call for 1000 power. But yeah, he's thinking about what spell to grab from the grave with Faliga and what's the best play to help him survive. Maybe Terror Pit for Gigazald. He doesn't have Terror Pit, he has Apoc, Dimension Gate, Mecha Dragons. He could try to go for Dimension Gate into Sky Sword just to give himself another shield, so that's an option. Or he could get Apocalypse Vice and clear the two Mystrias because they are 4000 power each exactly, so he can use that to clear both of them. He's saying that it's a very tough decision, and he's saying sorry for taking this long. And then I tell him he's most likely has soul swap if he's thinking this long. But if I remember correctly, that's most likely what he's gonna do. Just use the soul swap on Faliga. Or even better on the Brozarm tribe to get out Faliga, so he has more 4000 power creatures. And then also get Apocalypse Vice to clear two of my Mystrias. This is 1.7 times speed, by the way. This is quite the whizzing turn here. Whizzing moment. Not sure why he's tapping Bilex. Because it doesn't even have the darkness mana for Lost Soul. And okay, still tapping, not tapping Faliga. Okay, I think I know what he's up to. He wants to go for Bronze Arm Tribe into Billix, and then get the Souls up, play Souls up again, go into Fal. So then Bronze Arm goes into mana, he gets the Billix, he has 9 mana. So he plays Soul Swap, that's 6, he puts another card like a Forbos into the mana, gets the Fal, and then he has exactly 7 left for Apoc. Yeah, and he says he thinks he has the mana to make the play. Yeah, he needs 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He needs 13 mana and he had 11, but Soul Swap will put 2 extra creatures in the mana zone, which gives him just enough mana to cast Swap twice, plus Apoc. Okay, so he's getting Mecha Dragon's Breath for what exactly? Maybe the Petrova? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because this way I'm very likely to hit. If I hit into a bar shot, my Gigabalzas are gonna die as well. What he doesn't know is that I have 2 Gigazals in my hand. And this is where that Spiral Gate would have been really nice, because I can just bounce the Billix for 2 mana and kill it. I thought he was gonna go for Apoc, but he ended up going for Miraculous Breath for the Petrova. Which is an alright move, because otherwise he wouldn't really be able to remove it. I'm not sure what I'm thinking about. Maybe I'm gonna go for Therapit on Billix. Or maybe I just plan to set up the Gigazals. Okay, for some reason I have all the Gigabalzas. Right, okay, I think it's because I want to have the Giga Slugs on the field for some reason. in case he decides to try to go for game. And I'm just gonna take away another shield, which was a Bilex. Next turn I can use Terror Pit on the Bilex and just go for game. Ah, there we go. Terror Pit and Miraculous Snare. So I'm just gonna use okay, I see. So I use snare on the Prometheus, play Faliga, get the snare back, and then you also use it on Bilex. And then I'm just gonna discard both of them. And what's good about that is now I even have a Faliga on the field, an extra strong body to go for shields. He's just gonna use Terror Pit on the Gigazalt. And I'm gonna use that Gigazalt for that Gigabalza to put the Gigazalt that was bugging out on top of it. So I got him confused with that, so I have to explain to him. Yeah, I'm gonna boost Chimeras because otherwise I would be boosting his Guardians as well. I know I'm probably just gonna go for shields. I could even try to go for game here. But I'm just gonna play it safe and just take out 2 shields and discard them. He's gonna get a trigger this time, which is a Terror Pit. And that's gonna kill the Gigazalt. Now I could even go for an extra shield with Mistrias here. And it's a burst shot, which is gonna kill my Mistrias, my Laura Giga, and yeah, the MarioZ as well. But that's okay, I can still go for game next turn. Yeah, Mario is recognizing that he's in a really bad position. He does top deck Terror Pit to get rid of the final Gigazalt, but I can still go for game with Faliga and Petrova. The only thing that saves him here is a Soul Sap out of the shield. Oh, and I'm telling him that he could have tried to kill Faliga, but I forgot Forgot that Palolysis was also boosting everything. And now I'm just gonna bounce some stuff with the Hydro Hurricane that I finally top deck, and yeah, that's gonna be game. What a long game that was. Mario's gonna go first again, and let's see if he has the turn 3 Bronze and Tribe this time. I'm gonna hold on to the Plague because I really want to hit him with the Plague while I have Gigazald on the field. Okay, he's gonna play Ghastly Drain here. And he's just gonna grab a 1, 2 and then another one without saying the number, which is illegal. That's not how Ghastly Drain works. You have to state the number of the shields you're grabbing before you take them. And I suppose the Bronze Tribe was in one of the shields. Oh, and that was the Cranium Clan there was a really good snipe. He's gonna play Sky Sword here, and I'm gonna evolve and discard him with Gigazald and Gigabalza. And I'm gonna force him to discard Apocalypse and Cryptic Totem. Oh, and now he's gonna play Terror Pit on Gigazald there. But now I can play Ice Vapor. Okay, that's gonna be a Rebirth. So maybe I should have held on to Gigabalza instead. He's just gonna play Faliga because he doesn't know that he has to discard the card he grabs with Faliga because of Ice Vapor. He didn't know that that's how Ice Vapor works, but I'm not gonna let him take it back because this is a tournament. He should have known this. And I'm just gonna tell him he already made the move. There's gonna be a Petrova boosting. I'm gonna boost Guardians in case I top deck Mistrias. That's gonna top deck Dimension Gate, probably for a Forbos. Okay, he's gonna grab the Basakazil dragon there. I still didn't see any Mystrias, which is rather unfortunate. He's gonna kill the Laura Giga with Basakazil, and now I'm gonna top deck Mystrias. So if he decides to attack it, I at least get to draw a card. And yeah, probably gonna summon these Palulises. Okay, I see what I'm doing. I'm charging it because I kinda wanna wait for a Giga Slug so I can instantly evolve this Gigazald to try to snipe the Basakazil. And he's even thinking about going for shields now, but he decides against it. And now that I have 9 mana, I can instantly evolve even if I top deck Giga Balza, not just Giga Slug. So he has a Basakazil and 3 unknown cards. 3 mana is probably a Soul Swap, which means he's gonna attempt to get back his Rebirth. Okay, so it's just gonna charge a Bronzem Tribe. Okay, so it's a Dimension Gate, most likely for Forbos. And then he can search for another Dimension Gate to grab another Forbos, or maybe for some kind of removal spell. Okay, Morbi Medicine works as well, I suppose. Hydro Hurricane doesn't really do anything, so I'm just gonna charge it and just keep hoping I top deck a bait for Gigazald. He's gonna get back Cryptic Totem and Bilex, and he's gonna play the Cryptic Totem. But I am gonna play Bilex to get back Terror Pit, and yeah, I'm gonna remove the Cryptic Totem. This is quite a long match for sure. I think overall it lasts, in real time at least, it lasts almost 2 hours. And he's gonna play Dimension Gate. Probably getting Prometheus. He could also get Faliga to get Rebirth. Loads of options. Okay, so he's gonna go for Faliga. Maybe he wants to grab... Okay, so he's grabbing the Morbid Medicine so he can resummon the Cryptic Totem. But I'm gonna play a Faliga of my own, which is gonna get back my own Terror Pit so I can respond to the Cryptic Totem again. Now he's just gonna charge the Morbid. Maybe he could go for Bazagazil to kill Bilex and threaten shields. He's charging Bazagazil for some reason. Maybe he wants to swap it out. And he's gonna swap Bilex out for Bazagazil. Play Cranium Clamp. And now he can go for all of my shields. He even has 3 mana for Soul Swap. And yeah, he's just gonna go for all of the shields with Bazagazil. And no triggers, which means that's game. So now we're finally on game 3, and I'm gonna get to go first for the first time. And here I'm going to go for Energy Stream. Just to play around Clamp a little bit. It's gonna have a turn 3 Dimension Gate, which is gonna search for Bronze Tribe. And then I'm just gonna snipe Faliga out of his hand. But he's gonna have a Volcano Charger for my Giga Balsa. Thankfully I top deck another Giga Balsa, which is gonna rid him of the Bronze Tribe he searched. And that's a lot of fire mana, but I don't see any light or darkness yet. So I'm just gonna proceed to discard his Lost Soul with Gigazald. Okay, that's a rebirth, so... So now he's gonna be able to give Faliga. And yeah, he's just gonna get the rebirth back, and I'm gonna attempt to discard it with Giga Balsa, but I don't hit it. I hit a Apocalypse Vise instead. He literally just got most of his fire cards this time. And he doesn't have any 4 mana stuff to get back. I'm just gonna probably use Terror Pit on his Foul. Okay, I'm just gonna end the turn, it seems. I guess Yeah, to be fair, I could go for Terror Pit on Fall and then... Okay, he's just gonna get a rebirth again with Faliga. And now I'm gonna have a Giga Slug and I'm gonna attempt to discard the rebirth again, and yet again I don't. So now I'm just gonna use it on Gizald. And now he has 3 Faligas in the battle zone. And now I think I've had enough, so I'm gonna use Miraculous Plague. Okay, for some reason I still don't do it. I'm just gonna swap out Bolmitius. I'm just gonna charge the Hydro Hurricane just to get more mana and Terror Pit his Bolmitius. Just gonna swap Faliga in and out to get Dimension Gate. She's gonna use to search for Cryptic Totem, which is fair. Again with the Hydro Hurricane, which I cannot use, so I'm just gonna charge it to have a lot of mana. And yeah, that's a Cryptic Totem, so I'm gonna have to use the Miraculous Plague here. So now I have him on 6 mana, but he has 5 cards in hand. And there's the Cryptic Totem again. Fortunately, I draw into something that can generate advantage. So I'm just gonna play Energy Stream and then... I'm not sure if I wanna play Energy Stream or Faliga here. Probably Energy Stream because... yeah, I don't want him to use Rebirth or Faliga. So now I'm just gonna have 2 blockers to stand in the way of Cryptic. Just gonna use Terror Pit on the MarioZ. I'm just gonna block the double break with Laura Giga. But he's still gonna give me 2 shields with Fall and Fall. And that's a double Petrova. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna play Fall to get back Terror Pit so I can use it on his Cryptic Totem. And I'm losing the deck out race, so I'm gonna have to find a way to pressure him. at some point. So now he's just gonna play Parafighter and try to get my remaining shields. And then I get a Giga Balza to discard Soul Swap. Could play Petrova or Chimera. Or play Mistrias, Miraculous Snare and Paralysis. I know he has Rebirth in his hand, so I do want to try to discard him. So one of the things I'll play will definitely be Gigazald. So it's probably gonna be Gigazald, try to discard him, plus Snare, plus Paralysis. Because Paralysis will also boost Faliga in Gigazald above Rebirth. So yeah, I have exactly 11 mana for Gigazald, Paralysis and Snare. Gonna use a Snare on one of the Falls. Paralysis is just to stand in the way of Magnus if I don't discard it. And also to boost Fal and Giga Balza. Okay, I summon Petrova instead to boost Guardians. I guess I really wanna have Petrova on the field. And he's trying to rebirth the Paralysis, but I literally boosted with Petrova. And he's like, whoa. I probably could have told him he's not allowed to take back that move, because he committed to it. But he wasn't paying attention and he took it back very fast, so I was like, it's okay. He plays Billex for Dimension Gate. I'm not sure what he's gonna search. Maybe a Bronze Drive to put back the mana he got with Billex, who knows. Okay, he's gonna search for Bazagazil Dragon here. And I'm gonna play Mistrias and Gigazald. Try to discard the Bazagazil, most likely. And I do get the Bazagazil, which is really good, because his other cards are kinda useless, both the Rebirth and the Magnus. So finally I get a good random discard after missing Rebirth twice, or 3 times. And he's gonna try to rebirth Gilzald, forgetting about Palolysis again. Which is funny because he was the one who reminded me about Palolysis boosting my Faliga in game 1, and now he's the one forgetting it. He's getting desperate. Not sure what his third card in hand is. I know he has Rebirth and Magnus, but okay, he's just gonna use Mecha Dragon on Palolysis. But now I can summon Giga Slug to discard both the Magnus and the Rebirth. And I'm gonna summon Gigazald as well, so now I can discard both the Rebirth and the Magnus. Next turn I can summon double Mistrias. And hopefully I get a Palolysis. I would probably just... okay, so I'm just gonna summon Mistrias here. I'm not sure if I wanna draw more cards, maybe just one. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw one card and probably not draw any more than this. I have to go for game very carefully. To be fair, one of his burst shots is in mana, so I'm not sure where his second one is. Now he's gonna clamp me and I really have to decide. Probably just get rid of the blockers because they cannot go for game. And yeah, I get rid of the blockers because I cannot attack him with the blockers. I'm just gonna play Laura Giga Spiral Gate and then discard it, the Pilex. So now I'm just gonna take away one shield, discard it, which was a Sky Sword. Now he's gonna play another Sky Sword. And, oh, and there's a fourth Mistrias, of course. Probably not gonna draw and just chip two shields away. Which was another Sky Sword. So I take away a Sky Sword and a Ghastly Drain. Next turn I can maybe even just go for game. A Petrova top deck here would be really nice. is thinking about, okay, so just gonna swap my Gigazald out for Laura Giga. Okay, now I get Miraculous Plague here, which is funny. I don't know if I wanna use it, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I guess I'm gonna use it, just giving back the Prozam tribes. And now I kinda just have to go for shields and pray for no board shot. And yeah, there were no any triggers, so I'm gonna take game 3. That was quite a long game, but it was pretty enjoyable nonetheless. But yeah, my deck should be on the screen for those of you who are interested. And until next time, see ya.